Welcome everyone, James here. It's been 9 months since I set up my Pea Puffer Aquarium, and I just thought it'd be great to show you guys kind of where it started and what it's currently looking like and how I've been getting on so far taking care of pea puffers. So let's go check it out. All right then, here's the aquarium. It's been doing absolutely fantastic. I don't really do any maintenance other than top-ups to this tank. It's currently home to 2 dwarf pea puffers, or dwarf puffers, whatever you want to call them. They are living amongst a load of cherry shrimp. It just so happened that there was 1 or 2 cherry shrimp caught in some plants that I put in here, and the colony seems to have grown like crazy. And it's really funny how the puffers do not even consider eating them. If you remember from the previous video, there was 3 puffers in this tank. However, one of them unfortunately died, but these 2 seem to be living quite harmoniously, so I haven't really thought about putting any more in at the moment, as I don't want to really disturb them, but they seem really happy enough. They're always constantly on the lookout for food or intrigued. As you can see, the camera's here, so this one's particularly intrigued as to what I'm doing. Although the use of botanicals and various other bits to kind of make a sort of a natural blackwater effect, it's not really a biotope in the sense that it's not a replica of the exact conditions of these animals in terms of the actual botanicals that are there, but it looks really good so far. I've got a monkey pod here. This is a bamboo leaf, which gives such a nice contrast to the greens and everything. This massive pod here is called a sterculia pod. It's got a crypt in it at the moment, or I think that's what it is. It was barely alive when I got it, and I had it right at the back of the aquarium, but the Java moss kind of took over, so I moved it to the front. And it's also acting as a bit of a weight because this pod just will not sink, even though it's been in there for about 3 months now, 2 or 3 months. And yeah, it still seems to be buoyant. In terms of lighting, it's running a 9 Crew Classic up here. Nothing special, it's just the standard one that they do, but them lights are absolutely bomb-proof. They've served a great purpose for me. Filtration wise, it's just an all pond solutions filter at the back there, but it's not really doing a whole lot. As you can see, it's kind of getting blocked by the driftwood in the background, but it's doing enough to keep the surface agitated. It's got a heater, and that's about it really. There's no glorification to this or anything. It's just leave it to grow and mature as is, and it seems to be doing absolutely fantastic now. I have fertilized the tank a couple of times to get the plants sort of growing, but I ran out at the moment, so I haven't really done it in the last few weeks, and it still seems to be growing really nicely there. As you can see at the top there, a bit of algae growing, and the shrimp are grazing on that, although it looks like one of them's having a hilarious time with the flow of the filter there. There's a few snails in there, but which I'm quite surprised at, because those puffers are absolutely on it every time they see a snail. Saying that, I think he's very curious as to what that is. Predominantly my puffers eat live foods mostly. They tend to be very keen on bloodworms, as most of them are. Kind of curious when it comes to brine shrimp or other copepods, however they're not, well, they're quite fussy eaters really. Don't really take any dry foods. I've tried sort of fake bloodworms, pellets, flakes, you name it. They're not really interested. The only other thing that they'll go for is snails, and I have a few bladder snails in a aquarium down below, so what I might do is see if I can get some and get some footage of these guys going for them, because it's really cool to watch. All right, I got one, so I'm going to drop it in, and as you can see, they are going crazy for me now. And it would be that it goes into an area where you can't see it very well, but there you go. I really love these puffers. They're so curious, and as you can see, their eyes always on the lookout, and they're darting about to see what's about or what I'm up to, and they always come and greet me at the front of the aquarium, which is really cool. In terms of plants, there's not really too much in here. We've got some Java fern at the back there, and over here, which is grown on the driftwood. I've got a ton of Java moss here. I've got an Anubias nana petite right here, which seems to be covered in some algae. And I've got this, what I think is a crypt, but I'm not 100%. Let me know in the comments if you know exactly what that is. And I think that's it, really. There's not too much more in there. I think I had some jungle vallisneria at the back there, but it doesn't seem to have been grown prominently. Maybe if I trim down the Java moss, then it might sort of grow back a bit more effectively. But yeah, it's one of these aquariums where I kind of just let it grow, and it seems to be getting on really well as it is. I've really enjoyed keeping the puffers so far. They've been a bit difficult to get to feed, which has been a bit of a pain, but they seem to be taking a few different bits and pieces, so it's just trying to keep that diet varied really. And I keep still trying different types of dry foods just to see if eventually they will take them. But apart from that, yeah, getting on really well. Not really that sensitive to the heat changes or the cool temperatures that I've kind of had them in, so they seem to be doing pretty well. They're a lot more hardier than I thought they were going to be, so that's always a good perk. Ultimately, the coolest thing about them is their eyes, and they are very inquisitive, and it's so cool that as you walk up to your tank, then they will definitely be at the front there waiting to greet you. There you have it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think of the aquarium in the comments below. If you think I can do anything different or better, then let me know. Also, if you want to check out the original build video, then make sure you click this link right here and that'll take you straight to it. And until next time, you stay safe.